Hi everyone, this is Anindya Sinha. Uh, I will introduce myself when we start talking to each other. First and foremost, I want to make sure that everyone is up and listening, nobody is lying on the bed and everything. And whenever I ask you, feel free to write in the chat. I am reading the chat side by side as well. Whatever is your question, you can ask me, whatever it might be from cybersecurity, how to get jobs, it can be anything, right? You can ask any questions. So, do you guys know what's the topic of today's session? Hmm? Anybody? Write in the chat. Yes. What's the topic, Muktesh? Cool, 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 cool. So, okay, cool. Okay. So I think the message has reached you guys as well about the topic. Oh, so you want me to start with cybersecurity career? Let's do one thing. The questions about these things, I'll answer it at the end when the session's over, right? Let's start with the basics first of all. Uh, what do you guys know about cybersecurity in general? Do you have some knowledge? Can you tell me your backgrounds first of all, so that it helps me in delivering the session? Okay, can you help me with that? What's your background? What have you done? What are you doing currently? Are you students? What are you studying? Questions like that. You can answer in the chat. No need to speak up. It's okay. You can answer in the chat. So I want to know. I What's your knowledge in cybersecurity? Is it do you know networking? Do you know penetration testing, or have you heard about the subject, the topic penetration testing? I want you guys to answer that. Okay, marketing professional transitioning to cybersecurity. Anybody else? I want I want the session to be interactive, at least in the chat. Okay, some are freshers, some are experienced. Okay, cool, nice, good. Okay, management and accounting as well. Oh, SOC analyst. Mm-hmm. 13 years of telecommunications. Pressure. Okay, so we have a mixed bunch of people. Okay, okay. So let's start with the topic of today's session, right? Yeah. I would like to ask people to be muted, right? It would help me. Otherwise, the flow would be problematic for me. Okay. So let's start with the topic, the basics, right? Then we'll move towards some nitty-gritties of social engineering, right? We'll see one or two tools, okay? And I'll tell you what to do with that, how to do that as well. Then we'll go towards malwares. I'll ask you, do you know about them? Have you seen them? Have you heard about any news about malwares, right? Recently, one was very famous. You must have heard about blue screen of death, right? I think last month it happened that most of the organization systems went blue. Was it a malware or no? Question, right? Okay, let's start this session. Let me share my screen. Is it visible to you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Let's start with social engineering and malware. That's the topic. Okay. Let's first understand what is social engineering. Let's move, then we'll move moving towards how has social engineering changed the whole spectrum of cybersecurity, right? What are the types of social engineering? We'll understand them with examples and everything, right? Okay. Now, for my introduction, who am I? So my name is Anindya Sinha. I have been studying cybersecurity for past 7 years, right from my college as well. I did my BTech from SRM. Then I moved to my post grad. I have been a cybersecurity analyst from my BTech only, and I have knowledge in CH, CompTIA security, CCNA, it's about networking. Cloud security is the hype right now, right? Moving towards mobile security testing as well, both Android and iOS, and then compliance. I'm going to give my GRC certification in December. Then I have experience, I have done multiple vulnerability assessments of different as a freelancer as well with my company that I'm working with right now. Okay. Incident response. Uh, Incident response, if you ask if this word is new for you, if vulnerability assessment is new for you, then vulnerability assessment means whatever vulnerabilities, whatever gaps you have in your security, your penetration team, your attacking team finds it out and then makes a report out of it. Whereas incident response is that, okay, something has happened, our company got hacked, our organization got hacked, somebody has done a DOS attack, DDoS attack, then we make a report of it for upper management and people who are as stakeholders as in the leaders of the organization. Okay. Then is malware analysis. Okay. What is malware analysis? For example, it comes it is a part of incident response that if a malware has attacked your server, if a malware has attacked your system, then how do you analyze it? What are the different things? That is a whole different thing as well. Then, right, I'm learning continuously. Okay, I'm learning all the time. Then let's see, let's move on with the topic then. Okay. So recently, what has happened is that after COVID, uh, people have started, or everything has moved online, right? Everything has moved to online, and then people have started working from home as well. So the systems, the people, the organizations, everything has gone digital. So the attacks have increased as well. As you can see, ransomware surge. What is ransomware? We'll discuss that further down the slide as well. Basically, uh, a malware which asks you for money, right? That is ransomware. As in software which is malicious, which asks you for money when it has come into your system. That is ransomware. So there has been a significant increase in ransomware incidents, then malware-free attacks. What has happened is 71% of attacks were classified as malware free, as in there is an old way of hacking as well. Now the new way of hacking has come into picture that people have reduced the use of malware as in a sophisticated, developed codes, executables, right? Which they can click on and then the system gets hacked. People have moved from that and then they're attacking directly the systems, the servers, they are attacking them directly. How? It shows you that shift towards more sophisticated tactics, more sophisticated strategies that, and they don't rely on traditional malwares. So these statistics, these trends show you that how the field is moving as well, right? Now, cloud exploitation, as we know that people are moving from on-prem servers, on-prem means on-premises, people who have servers on-premises, organizations are moving towards more options towards cloud as it's more cheaper as well, right? There is staggering 94% increase in cloud exploitation incidents, highlighting vulnerabilities as organizations increasingly move to cloud-based infrastructures, right? Then phishing continues to dominate. As the cybersecurity has come into picture, social engineering, phishing is an example, is a type of social engineering. Okay. So attacks based on phishing have been always dominant, right? People have been uh, always been able to manipulate different people. That is what social engineering is. We'll discuss that. Phishing remains a common technique for executing attacks, often used with different other attacks as well. Ransomwares, as cyber criminals target victims' trust. Okay. So this is the whole view of all the attacks that have been happening and why phishing, why social engineering, why malwares are very important to know in this field, right? That they are very important to know in this field. So let's start with social engineering, right? What is social engineering? What is how do people use it? And how do people use it with conjunction, malware delete, right? Social engineering is basically manipulation of people, right? Manipulation of individuals, which leads uh, hackers or attackers to perform any type of action. Need not be to reveal sensitive information for hackers. If you are able to manipulate anyone, it comes in social engineering. If you are able to manipulate anyone and use it for to hack systems, that means social engineering in cybersecurity, right? Basically, social engineering is just manipulating people on on emotions. So best example for that is, you must have seen those reels, right, which have become very famous these days on Instagram, that someone calls a family member impersonating a police officer and tells them that your son or your other family member has been jailed for so reason, right? And they ask for some amount of money. That is a way to manipulate emotions, right? That is a way to manipulate people. And then after they get them to talk to that person who has been jailed as well, right? So you can see that how people manipulate and use these type of things for social engineering. Psychological exploitation, it utilizes traits, utilizes your features as human, like curiosity, you want to know about something; courtesy, you are humble about something; gullibility, that you don't know about anything without needing technical expertise. Most of the time old people are generally attacked, right, for financial reasons. Why? Because they are gullible. Gullible meaning that they don't know, they are not educated enough in cybersecurity, right? And then people use the information that they have gathered to deliver malware, to from the gathered information, or to commit fraud, or to access secure systems. Okay. Any questions still here? Anyone? Okay. I shall move ahead.
Okay, I shall move. Okay.
Now, what are the
Now,
types of social engineering? Phishing, the very first and the most important type of social engineering. Let's start with an example. What is social engineering? What is phishing? Hmm? Let's say that I have got all of your email IDs. Okay. Then I send you certain links, a simple email message asking you to click on a particular link. Now, will you click on it? Lots of people, when I ask this question, they say that no, they won't click on it. But it depends. For for example, if you're looking for a job and people apply to different companies all the time, right? And I'll send you guys a mail that I have received your mail and you have been selected, like that. And then I'll ask you to send your details like that, hmm? On by clicking on a link or basic Google form, right? I'll ask you to send your information, and people send it all the time, right? They do not uh, wait to see whether this email that has come on their system has come from a genuine server or not, right? Definition: any attempt, any fraud attempt to steal sensitive information by impersonating trusted entities. Trusted entities is the most important word here. When I'm impersonating an HR from a company and asking you to send your docs, that is impersonating a trusted entity, right? Prevalence, that told you that 42% of all cyber incidents, it accounts for every attack that has been happening worldwide. 42% of it is phishing, is social engineering in general, right? And 42% is just phishing part of it. There are different types of social engineering as well. Okay. What are the common methods? Generally happens by email. Most often happens by an email, by a phone call, text, or social media. Now, you can ask me how can it happen in phone call? Told you about that example that is very famous in Reels these days. Emails, organizations have to set up their own campaigns as in, let's say, I'll tell you how that happens. Let's say that there is an X organization which has employed 500 employees in the red. Okay. and 500 employees have been asked to give a phishing mail test. They haven't been told about the test, okay? And one day what happens, every one of them receives a certain email. From that, the stakeholders, the managers will see which of the out of all the employees, how many of them click on the link, because that was a phishing link. This is how they test the organization against the phishing links as well. Okay. And generally organizations contain have training sessions, have awareness sessions for employees. And as the society is moving towards more stricter guidelines of cybersecurity and to secure the organization on the employees level as well. So uh, what happens is, if there is an employee who has failed this phishing test, for example, like twice or thrice, right? Some of the organizations do fire these employees as well. Because why? Because what happens is they are a gap, right? They are making gap. You can have different devices like firewalls. You can have different devices like your XDRs, your EDRs, endpoint detection systems, your CM tools, right? To control the gaps that are there in your organization. But humans, humans are the ones who are sitting on those tools, monitoring those tools, right? And we are emotional people. We are emotional animals, right? Humans are emotional animals, and it is very easy to manipulate everyone if you have the talent for it. Hmm. Common methods, I told you, we have read that as well, that emails, phone calls, text, and social media. Indicators. How do you know that this particular mail is a phishing mail? Poorly written. We know the examples, and I consider that you guys know that as well, that whatever email, for example, a particular email that has come to you from different continent, or from the English is very poorly written, the grammar is not correct, right? It is generally a phishing, and you know it as well yourself. But if somebody from your own organization, your own college, your own family members, and if someone impersonates them and sends you a link, you will definitely click it, right? That is how, even though employees of the organization who are well trained as well, they get manipulated, right? What are the risks? Link may redirect to fake websites, and attachments often carry malwares. As we have read that phishing, social engineering attacks are often connected with these type of attachments, malwares, your Trojans, your ransomwares, your viruses. Now, if you click on a link, it downloads it. Your system downloads a particular executable, which you have not seen. There is no notification of it on your own system, and the tools that are there in your system, your antiviruses, it doesn't know, because people are good enough in coding that they have encrypted those attachments in such a way that your antivirus tools can't even read them, right? Your system directly executes it, and you don't know that your system is running that executable file, and your information is going to an attacker. So this is the risk with phishing. Next is baiting. What is baiting? Fraudulent attempts.
हेलो
Yeah. Hi.
हेलो
Hello.
हाँ ब्रो चलो
So
इधर दे बैठना हाँ उकर दे बैठना
can you mute yourself,
But
please?
mute it from your end.
Okay.
Mute everybody from your end.
ఓకే అది ఒకసారి
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Baiting. What is baiting? Uh, most of you must have you heard of the term baiting? I want to see if everybody is listening to me or not. Have you heard of the term baiting?
No, not yet. Never.
Not haven't.
It's
Okay.
like they put you like you are a prey or something. They bait upon you. They play upon you
Correct.
that this person will be.
Correct. 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 So most of you, I don't know if you will like it or not. The example, I don't know. So, but still, I'm going to try it. So whenever you go fishing, you put a worm on the fishing rod and you send it, throw it in the pond or whatever, lake, whatever, and fish comes up and eats it, and you just reel back the fish, right? So that is baiting, click baiting. Yep. That is baiting. That you're baiting someone. You are showing them an offer which is not which you can't even decline, and somebody clicks on that link. For example, I'll give you an example of baiting. In my final year in college, when I had I thought that, okay, I have learned enough. Okay, not enough, but still I wanted to try if this is good or not, if I have some amount of expertise in cybersecurity or not. Then I tried this in my friend circle. So it was fourth year, and almost everybody is anxious about placements at that time, right? Everybody, even those who are freshers as well, right? If when you were in the placement season of your college, or anybody, they are anxious, right? So I sent a mail from my system impersonating as placement organizer from my college, and sent each and everybody a mail, right? I made a fake organization, and uh, sent them a mail saying that this is a very good opportunity. The company is from US, and they are giving 10 lakhs LPA, right? And anybody, anybody who, nobody, I mean, nobody can say no to 10 LPA as a fresher, right? So most of my friends clicked on it. Nobody, I even second thought it that, okay, 10 LP as a fresher might be something around it. But still, I said everybody, the people who clicked on it, and it was just a Google form, because generally the organizations who come into the colleges for placements, they give you Google forms, right? And then you have to send your informations, your resume, whatever. So I asked them to give me their Aadhaar card number, not the Aadhaar card, just the number. I asked them to give me their 10th mark sheet as well. I asked them to submit their house address. And then when I got all the details, I sent a simple letter to their homes. These were my friends, so I didn't get any scolded after that, but still, I sent a simple letter that you have been hacked to the homes. So this is what baiting is, that I basically baiting here is that I lured them by telling that that was a 10 LP offer. So prevalence, that it is conducted via same thing, conducted via emails, phone calls, text and social media, right? Same thing with baiting as well. Here you are just giving a very good offer. The offer is very good so that anybody can click it. Um, if somebody provides you with a link that says that if you click on it, you will get this much of cash. All, of course, you won't click it, but same thing, that you have to be manipulated in a good way to click that link, because these days people generally know that if there is a link on their phone as well, from their basic SMS as well, nobody clicks on it, right? Next, spear phishing. Now, this is something different. Till now, we have learned about phishing, baiting, right? These were attacks which happen in general. Okay. Spear phishing is a type of attack which happens on a particular person. Let's say that you want to just have a look around an organization, and you want to see that if their CEO is uh, has the knowledge or is aware about cybersecurity or not. Why not try it? Okay. So when you try to uh, get him to click on a link, right? Click on anything to get him to download any executable file, that is spear phishing. That specific individuals or groups, right? Enhancing message legitimacy, because here trust is very important on just a person. If you're attacking just a person, trust is very important. Let's say that uh, I want to attack CEO of an organization. Okay. Now, who are the people the CEO must be talking to? He must be in talks with the financial department. He must be in talks with your strategy department who makes strategies. He must be in talks with products department, right? So we have to see what are the department that he is talking to. We have to see what are the types of, what is the email structure that is there, right? We have to see what is the amount of messages or emails that he receives and he sends to these type of these groups or these sectors in his organization, and then we have to emulate those similar emails, those messages, so that he never second doubts it. He never second doubts that person, he or she never second doubts that message, right? Now, messages are crafted to resonate with target's role, industry's shared attributes. So let's say that we send him a mail that this time the GST has increased to this much of this product. So we might have to pay more. Now anybody would click on it who is CEO at that level, and when he sees that his financial department, his CFO has sent him that mail. Okay. So he will click on it, he will read that message. Now to get him to click on it is where your craftiness comes into picture, is where your creativeness comes into picture. How can you create, how beautifully can you craft a spear phishing message, right? Research driven, attackers gather information about their victims to boost success rates. Now attackers, as in hackers, as in black hat hackers, they gather information about their victims to boost success rates, as in how, what are the information? What you can get is organizations email structure, organization's website, the phone numbers, the different details that are present for public view. You have to find that, you have to research for that, and it takes time. Generally, if you're researching for spear phishing campaign that you have to run, it takes time around 10 to 15 days to just research about your uh, victim, right? To just how to make a message so well crafted that he never second doubts it. So it has to be precise as well. Personalized details. Emails often include recipient's name, relevant information to create trust, right? So how personalized can you get? For example, the CEO might be getting married or engaged next month. So he might be getting emails from all the venues. He might be getting emails from all the caterers. That can also happen, right? That can also happen. So you have to think about all these things. So does the information that you have gathered doesn't only remain particular to the organization, but his personal life as well. And people post a lot about their personal lives. Hmm? So do you know who is Steve Wozniak? Do you guys know who is Steve Wozniak? Anybody? Write in the chat. Am I audible to you guys? Okay, okay. Okay, so you know who is Steve Wozniak. Okay, and no. So Steve Wozniak was the co-founder. Okay, and what what he does is, not does, but what he did was, in on Twitter earlier, when it was Twitter, it was a feature that whenever you tweet, right, your location also goes with the tweet. And what people found was that whenever he tweeted he tweeted from the same place, that was his bathroom, and the same location from his house every time when he tweeted and he was in his bathroom. So that type of information also gets leaked from basic tweet as well. So depends, right? People post a lot about anything and everything. You can see that from statuses, where are people these days. You can see from Snapchat as well. If you are in India, TikTok has been banned, but still people do use TikTok, right? So if you are a good uh, so, social engineering analyst, right? Or an OSINT person. OSINT is open source intelligence gathering. People who gather informations like this, you have to be you have to know what are the different search engines that are working. Search engines which work in Russia, search engine which works in Israel, engine which works in China. You have to know and what are the different search engines which gives you good anonymity, right? If you know Tor, then people use Tor all the time. Okay. So you have to know about these things. You have to be knowledgeable about these things. Okay. In impersonation techniques, attackers mimic trusted entities, example suppliers, as I told you, to exploit existing relationships. Now, what happens is on internet, you can find anything and everything. When are people signing MOUs, right? That also comes into picture. When are people hiring new employees, that also comes into picture. Wh- Sorry, when are people getting uh, different types of upgradations into their products, that also people put online on LinkedIn everywhere, right? So there is zero aspect that you won't get any information about any organization and their products. It is that how good your research is, right? How good your analytical skill is, how good you are in crafting a good spearfishing campaign, crafting good spearfishing message, so that that person never even thinks about a second and just clicks and whatever you want him to click to. So, and the best thing that you can see if you are checking whether that email is a phishing link or phishing email or not. Every email which is either phishing, baiting, or whatever, wants you to do something, wants you to click on something, wants you to either click on a link, wants you to either open a PDF, wants you to either click on a coupon, right? So it wants you to do something. It wants you to interact with it, basically, right? Every this type of phishing messages, phishing emails. So let's move ahead then. Watering hole. Now, watering hole is a different category in social engineering. It targets websites to deliver malwares to victims' computer. Hmm. I'll tell you first, let us read this, and then I'll tell you with an example what is watering hole, because it might seem a little bit difficult as well. Targeted research, attackers identify websites frequented by intended victims, such as industry journals or supplier sites. Exploiting vulnerabilities, as it said, that targets trusted websites to deliver malwares to victims' systems, computers, right? Drive-by downloads. What is drive-by downloads? That, for example, if you are visiting a website and your browser notifies that something is getting downloaded, that is what drive-by download is. That even you are not clicking on it, right? Even though you are not doing anything on that website, something is getting downloaded. You have just gone there to surf, right? So, and so any attachments, some attachments gets downloaded on your system. That is drive-by download. Sophisticated approach requires both social engineering skills and technical knowledge to execute effectively. So what happens in watering hole is it attackers get to know what are the websites that the users are frequently visiting. Hmm? What for? Let's say, for example, uh, there is a government organization. Okay, uh, our foreign ministry. Let's take that for example, our foreign ministry, and people on that or from that organization, from foreign ministry, attackers find that the employees in this organization frequently visit one particular website to do either to do their work or to do whatever. Hmm? It might be to compile some PDF, it might be some online tool that they're using, but people are going to that particular website frequently, okay, on a regular basis. Now, what attackers will do is they will mimic that website. Hmm? They will mimic that website and drive the traffic from the users in your foreign ministry and drive those people to come onto the fake website. When they come there, they'll ask them to do whatever they want, because these users who generally go to the other website have come here and trusted this website now. And whatever the attacker wants to do, he can make the users or the victims to do that. So that is why drive-by downloads, that if you have visited that website and anything can get downloaded in your system and your whole organization can get hacked as well. And this type of attack, generally watering hole, happens against either an entire organization in just a single attack or an entire sector defense, because generally people who are working defense, they will use a certain website. Generally people who are working in a certain sector, they'll use a particular website all the time. So that happens, okay. And governments, when governments, organizations, your websites get hacked, This is the reason their servers get hacked. This is the reason. Watering hole is general reason that this happens. Okay. Multiple fronts. What is multiple front? Let's say that you are working in organization, all 47 of you, including me, 46. All of you are working in an organization. And one day you get notified that a DDoS attack is happening. And at the same time, a social engineering attack has happened in a sector of that organization. And at the same time, your CEO is also, he has his passwords that have got leaked. So that is attacking on multiple fronts, right? Multiple layered approach. The attackers use different techniques. They will be using watering hole, they'll be using baiting, they'll be using phishing, they'll be using vishing. If you don't know what is vishing, whenever you hack somebody using just a call, okay, that is vishing. Social engineering tactics, they may impersonate IT support using names from social media to appear legitimate. A very good example for this is that in 2020, on Twitter, what happened was most of the celebrities started tweeting the same thing, that I want to give certain bitcoins to you. This is the wallet's address. You will find those tweets online as well, that Donald Trump tweeted it, your Barack Obama tweeted it. So what happened was Twitter got hacked. Why? Because a 14-year-old kid, he impersonated and got found on the internet the IT department's number, and he called them and asked them, just manipulated them to change the password of the server. So that also happens, that simple kid, small kid, he not hacked, just managed his way into the servers by using social engineering and changed. And in that process, most of the people got duped because they clicked on the link and the systems got hacked as well. Their wallets got hacked, right? Most of the people lost their bitcoins in that process as well. Pressure tactics. Victims are coerced into sharing sensitive information, fearing negative consequences of refusal. Let's say that for this I can what I can give you an example is that there is a person who has just been fired from the organization. And he is getting a mail from someone that share your email, right? Share your username and password. Otherwise, I leak this information to the next company that you will be applying to. And otherwise, whatever information that they have got from online or whatever personal information, they leak it to the other company. Because what happens is on Facebook, when it was new, people have posted different things, people have done things, and people have posted bad things as well in general on online. So people use these tactics, that will send these information to your upcoming company, and if you don't send us the sensitive information that you're having for the previous company, that also happens. So pressure tactics, whaling. Now whaling,
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
yeah, sure, go ahead.
I do not understand that what is that tax and techniques and pressure, sir? Tax and techniques, sir.
Where did
Okay.
you here?
Sir,
Where did you see? What techniques are you asking about? Can you be clear?
that
Because
definition, sir, I'm asking. Tag techniques and
okay, attacks, techniques, and procedures are you asking?
yes, sir.
Okay. So let me ask you. I'll give you an example, and let me ask you what is an attack, and then I'll explain everything to you. Let's say that you're working in a company. Are you working right now?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Sir, I am not come. I am now.
Okay, sure. An example of social engineering, maybe.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So let's say that you're working in X company,
Yes, sir.
and a malware has come into your organization,
Hmm.
and somebody in your organization, it has seen that a malware has come. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And he has read the notification.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how will you know what is the attack that he did, what is the techniques, and what are the procedure here that malware will be using. How will you know that?
That notification, sir.
Notification will tell you that okay, a malware has come into the organization.
Yes, sir. And
But
sometimes that phone alert will also come, sir. In our phone alert also will come, sir. Direct linked to phone, especially email, sir.
mm-hmm.
Especially,
Notifications.
especially email, sir.
Okay. So how will you know about attacks? That okay, this is an attack that is happening. You told me that okay, notification.
Yes, sir.
Hmm? What are the techniques that the malware will use? How will you do that?
Don't know, sir.
Okay, I'll explain to you.
Hmm.
So attacks, techniques, and procedures is a little bit off topic from this, but I'll still explain.
Hmm.
Let's say that the same thing, that a malware has come into the organization.
Yes, sir.
Now, from defensive perspective, I'm explaining these things to you. If you it doesn't matter because the theory will be the same. The malware has come, somebody has coded that malware and sent to your organization. Let's leave that at that. Now, a notification has come that certain person is attacking. Malware has come and you are now decoding that malware. Okay. You now into the process of decoding, you have stopped the malware from entering further into the organization, you're decoding. Now, what type of
Sir, why we have to? Why we have stopped, sir, that malware?
do you want that malware to go inside the organization?
No, sir.
Then you will stop it.
Yes, sir. While we get in the organization, it will be affect our system only, sir. While getting this organization into malware means.
Getting this, sorry,
When a malware we are getting that process, when we are getting that process get into the malware, it will affect our system only. That's why we have to stop now, sir.
of course, that for example, answer that question as well. Let's say that a malware has entered into your organization
Yes, sir.
and it has bypassed your firewalls.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have seen, because you have your CM tools, which will give you notification all the time, your firewalls didn't give any notification. And now it has entered into your IPS. IDS did not detect it. IDS is intrusion detection system, which detects it. It has come to IPS, intrusion prevention.
Yes, sir.
Okay. At this
IPS, sir.
place,
Intrusion
yes,
prevention system.
correct. So in this place, generally what organizations do is they keep, do you know what are honeypots?
Don't know, sir.
Okay. So generally honeypots are different servers which just act like servers just like yours, and IPS intrusion prevention system sends these type of malwares to those servers. Okay. Now, how IPS will save it is a different thing. How IPS will stop it is a different thing. It sees what are the file headers, what is it attacking to, where is this file going, right? So there are different policies for that, how IPS prevents these type of files. It might be anything. It might be a simple text file, but if it's still attacking or if it's still going to a crucial directory in the server, it will stop it. Okay.
Okay,
Now
sir.
it has gone to that honeypot. Okay. Now there are people like us sitting there, very brave people. Uh, Now they have seen that malware has entered into that honeypot, and they will open that malware to do their analysis. Now attack will be in that step, in this
But
procedure
honeypot
is.
will only that attack will be started now, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That honeypotted is there now, sir. That honeypot.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That attack will be started now, sir, in honeypot only.
Honeypot, the attack, so it depends.
Okay,
Depends
sir.
on that malware as well, and the people who are sitting that they will allow the malware to work or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sometimes
Now,
only, not every time.
not every time, because what happens in, if people who have coded the malware very very good, there are ways to detect whether the malware has gone into a virtual server, which is a honeypot. There are ways to do that as well from registries. Okay, if you know that. So registry has this particular thing from which they can know, okay, this is a virtual system, which is not a real system, and then it will self-delete. Okay, so that happens. Okay, so let's come back. So as you asked, what is attack? What are the attacks techniques and procedures? Hmm? So in the case of malwares, the vulnerability of the system that they are attacking will be attacked. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And techniques, what will the technique? Answer. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Technique means
What
how
will be
we
the
should
technique?
enter the malware and how we should decode the process and how we
Yeah, correct. Go ahead.
how we should enter the process and how we should to decode and how we should to manipulate this situation, how we should to manipulate this situation from this firewall only, sir.
Correct.
That is technique.
So yes, that is the technique is how basic thing is that how you have to know the how,
How,
right?
sir?
That the how the attacker will get into the system.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, the attacker will enter into the system through the malware and the honeypot only, sir.
Not from the honeypot. If the malware is good, you can't stop it though. But still,
Yes, sir, I'm asking that only, sir. That malware is good means it is easily attacked.
yeah.
It
If
will
it
be
is
easily
good,
attacked one.
sure.
In other times that sometimes difficult means it will not. It is impossible, sir.
Sure. Yeah, sure, you're correct. So basically, what he's telling is that there is a malware that has come into the system, and people who are there studying the malware, they have to know that what is the why behind this attack. Why are the people attacking this? Are they sending this?
What are the reason, sir? Basic
Yes,
reason.
correct. Why they are attacking it? Then for techniques is how they are attacking it. How did they send this? How did our ideas did not detect, right?
Sir, there are two types are there, sir.
Mm-hmm.
One is that when an attacker is entering into system means there are two basics are there, sir. One is IP address.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is ID. One is IP address, sir.
Correct.
Another one is there is the what is that I don't know, sir. But in our company also there basic functions are there, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Means that server, sir, especially system manager.
Correct.
The system manager they will buy, sir, when some hacker.
Mm-hmm.
They will some hacker enter into our with the fake ID. He will come, sir. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when we sometimes we do not observe in a CC camera also, or and sometimes CC camera have he will be accessing. He will go to the access and he will system manager, sir.
Mm-hmm.
System management, sir.
Okay.
Especially one is IP address, another one is system manager is an, sir. He will get the access easily, sir, to entering our system.
Mm-hmm.
These two basics are there, sir. Maybe.
Correct. Correct. So as we were talking about techniques, no?
Yes,
So
sir.
techniques are what are the methods? What are
Yes, sir.
the
One is
ways?
IP address, sir. Another one is
Correct.
email, especially.
Correct. Yes. That is, we are talking about social engineering. Good,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Emails.
One is IP
Correct.
address, sir.
Hmm. Now in
Sometimes
correct.
when I'm telling, sir, when we entering in
Mm-hmm.
our company, sir,
Mm-hmm.
our boss and our manager and sometime own boss is there, sir, gives us IDs and IPs address also given us, sir,
Mm-hmm.
and they will
IDs and IPs. Yeah.
IDs and they will sometimes do not observe means they will third eye will be there, sir. That is hacker only.
Mm-hmm.
There will be
Correct.
third eye, sir.
Correct.
The third eye,
And
especially that CC camera, he will be observed, sir.
mm-hmm.
Did not recognize voice, sir, but he will observe the systems also in CCTV only.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
So,
cybercrime experts, sir.
hmm.
Especially cybercrime experts.
Okay.
Cybercrime experts, they will, especially CBI trainers will be there, sir, in cybercrime experts only.
Mm-hmm.
That in cybercrime experts, they will observe, sir. One is the third I will observe, sir. Sometimes that any anonymous person will be there, sir, in our company also,
Mm-hmm.
and he will. I don't. We do not observe, sir, that how he had do or not.
Okay. So these are the techniques, right?
Yes,
That we
sir.
discussed.
Yes, sir.
Now comes the procedure.
Mm.
What are the specific actions that that were taken, or what are the specific actions that the malware wants to take, right? The what of the attack that.
Sir, first
Hmm.
we have to that procedure means we have to that we have to say that we have to say that a manager or tell the
No,
manager
no,
or
no,
boss.
no.
Boss,
Those procedures are like the attacker
the attacker. We have
who
to first we
take the
have
steps to enter in the environment. That only are the procedures.
Yeah, specific actions that were taken.
another
What
one
kind
is
of actions attacker take place?
Correct.
sir, another one is our system management is then sir, we should take care the we should we should take care the system management, sir. That when we should take care about the system management means the attacker will not attack the attacker will not come, sir.
So the attacker will not attack means I didn't get it.
Means that system security we have to we
Yes,
must be careful,
yes,
sir.
correct, correct. You have to be careful for these things. That is why whenever you make a whole organization, right, it is generally said that you have to be secure by design.
Yes, sir,
When you are
security
yes,
server, sir, especially.
doesn't mean server. If it is very small organization, you
Yes, sir.
can't have a server, right? You will have a domain and you will have a GoDaddy and a cPanel and a WordPress. You won't have a server at that time. But
Yes, sir.
still, when you're making an organization, when you're having an organization from start, you have to be secure from design, as in whatever thing you're doing. For example, let's say take a small organization. All of us, okay, all of us will understand this. That let's take a small organization which has just started. What are the things that they will require? One is the basic website, right?
Yes,
A
sir.
database that they will have, right? These are the two things, or maybe a email server that they will have.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 100-person organization that will have an
Sir,
email server.
in that website we have to create e-commerce, sir.
E-commerce.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, whatever you say, we'll have
Means
e-commerce.
that e-com when we are starting that organization, we have to go to the e-commerce website to create that organization, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Correct
Okay,
only, sir.
it depends on the organization. It can be
Yes, sir.
e-commerce.
I'm telling depend on the
Uh-huh.
organization, sir.
Sure, 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 sure. If it is an e-commerce website, let's say, if it is an e-commerce website, so a basic startup that has just started, it will have what? Different type of items that are there, right?
Yes,
In
sir.
website, web as well, web penetration, it's a different thing, different topic from today, but still you have to take care of each and everything, each and every point where the user is interacting with the database and the website, where he is putting his logins, where he is putting his email, where he is putting his coupons. That is also a place, the URLs, the search bar. These are the all the places a user can directly interact with the website and the database as well, right? So people who are attacking the website from these endpoints, you can save that from a basic organization, and you are making your organization secure by these things. For database, the places that your database is directly connected, as in the login page, it is directly connected. Your forms, your contact forms, if you have your survey forms, if you have, those are directly connected to the database as well, right? So you have to make sure that these connections are secure. Either you can encrypt them if you have good enough team, or what you can do is just open your basic 80 port. Do you know what port 80 is, right? I guess
Sir,
that
I know,
all of
sir. Sir, I know, sir. 80.
HTTP.
HTTP, sir.
correct. So I think that basic knowledge is there. Then what is 443?
Sir, HTTPS, sir.
Correct. Okay. So you have to make sure that only these two ports are open. If there is another port, if you're opening a port for your,
Sir, these two ports are there, no, sir. HTTP is encrypted, sir. Only plain
yes.
text message only it will be encrypt. Only a plain text message only, sir. That 80.
Hmm.
And
But
another one
no.
is 443 is encrypted, sir.
Correct.
It will do anything only.
Yeah, sure. Correct. 100% correct.
Yes, sir.
So if there is a database and it is coded in SQL, if it is using MySQL server, then you have to open port for that 3306, right? So these are the things that you have to make sure that only those ports are open, which are required by the website, by you, for you to connect. If you're accessing the database using FTP, if you're accessing the database using a system using SSH, You have to make sure that only these ports are open. That makes a very small organization secure, right? So that is how secure by design comes into picture. Hmm? Let's all come back to the topic. Okay, we have wandered enough. Now, phone phishing, randomly dial numbers to find victims with genuine IT issues, exploiting their trust in authority. Now, you all must have seen those reels where different celebrities are singing the song. Have you seen that or not?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
even our prime minister is singing the song. Now, if that is possible, it is possible that if you call someone, let's say somebody has called you from call center, right? And your phone is running for, let's say, half an hour. Don't you think that if he's recording your voice, that person can emulate your voice as well while calling someone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right.
Sir,
So,
emulate means?
sorry,
Emulate.
emulate means copy.
Represent
Copy.
as same
Copy.
as your
Oh,
voice.
copy.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Copy.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, don't you think it is possible? Yes or no? If Prime Minister Modi's voice can sing different voice songs in his voice, that can happen, then of course,
Sir,
if
that is
our
it
voice
might
or if some way our voice goes online or somewhere, anybody can use the data of my voice and call my mother, call my father, and manipulate them in a very good way. Is
Yes,
it yes or no, correct or not?
yes, sir. It might be a
100%.
voice synchronization, sir. It may be.
Yeah, it happens, no?
Yes, sir.
It so
That there is a
different
special
tools.
software is there, sir.
Yeah. Different tools help you do that.
Yes, sir.
Different tools help you do that. You can directly do that as well on your own as well. Okay. Creative strategies. Sophisticated attackers adapt tactics to maximize their chances of success. As I told you, that in social engineering, without you can hack anybody without a tool. If you are very good in manipulating with your own voice, right? It is very easy to do a successful attack with your voice as well, right? If you are good in manipulating. If you want to watch, do you know about DEF CON? Do you guys know about DEF CON? Does anybody know about DEF CON? I guess nobody, right? Okay. So what happens in cybersecurity is that there are conferences that take place all the time. And the best conference that happens around the world is DEF CON that happens in Las Vegas. So go any time, not right now, go to YouTube and just search wishing Vishing wishing DEF CON. I'll write here in the chat. And there is a video. It is 7 years old, but still, okay. Watch that. It's a very good video to understand that okay, anybody can be hacked just by a voice call. Okay. If I would have time, I would have shown that video, but let's move ahead. We have to complete the topic as well. Yes or no? Now, physical beating attacks. Okay, this is the best part because I get to talk to you guys about my favorite web series that is there, not web series, TV series. There is for on cybersecurity itself. It is by the name of Mr. Robot, if anybody knows. So there is this TV series where Mr. Robot, and there is this particular episode where our hero sends a person from his group to go to a county jail and drop USBs. If you know about rubber duckies, search for it. If you don't know, search for it. Yes. Good. Yep, Elliot. So he sends a person and they drop lots of rubber duckies, lots of just like USBs. Think of them just like USBs. Okay. They drop it and a guard picks up a USB and takes it and puts it in his system. And the whole county jail system crashes and lots of criminals were let loose. So that is what physical beating attack is, that you use USB drives, you use things like this. You can even drop a SIM card. People will see, if you guys are traveling in metro, right? That used to happen with me. Even in metro, I would used to find dropped SIM cards. And there are ways to hack the phone connections as well, right? Just you have to set up a tower, and you can set up a tower from your own unused phone as well. So that happens, that people use these to physically bait people. And if anybody picks it up and sets it up in his system, or they get hacked. Strategic placement, that you have to leave it in a very good place that people see it and pick it up. You can't leave it in a place where no, it is not visible. Hmm. Victims unknowingly infect their devices by using found media, leading to malware installation most of the time. Now, most of the time, malware installation, what happens is, uh, people leave that for later purposes. People leave malwares most of the time. People leave their malwares inside the organization for later purposes, so that they can make backdoors and then make reverse connection with the system, and they can transfer data from victim to the attacker system, right? Event-based baiting, attackers may distribute few USB drives at conferences. Now, DEF CON, which is a very good security event in its own, lots of people come there, and you will find people trying to do this. You will find people trying to do this all the time. Okay. USB at few conferences preloaded with malicious softwares. Targeted approach, typically used against specific sectors or individuals, demonstrating a higher level of sophistication, right? So just an example of what are different types of social engineering attacks, right? Any questions still here? Anybody? If anybody has any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll move ahead then. Okay. No responses.
Sir, that different types of social engineering attacks is then, sir. I had learned, but I forgotten. What are that? What are that different types, sir? Social engineering attacks.
Phishing, mobile engineer,
Yes.
rootkit, these are the social engineer attack.
Okay.
Rootkit is not a social
Okay.
engineering. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay,
Rootkit is a type of malware.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Different types of attack. There are lots of different types of attacks. Lots of different types of phishing. I told you. No, phishing is type of it. Social engineering. Tailgating is a type of social engineering. If you know tailgating, do you guys know tailgating? Oh, yes or no?
I guess I little bit heard about that, but it would great if you explain.
Okay, sure, sure. Let's say that tailgating basically is a type of attack where somebody enters into the organization and he is not authorized to enter into the organization. Now, it depends on you that how you do that. Either
You use
you,
your access card and without using that access card. Tailgating.
correct, using somebody's access card, right? Asking somebody to open the
Like
lift door and
gate
just
for
let
me.
you enter.
I am not the
Yeah,
access. Yeah, you are the authorized person, but
sorry.
I am using your. You are the
Got it,
authorized
got it,
person.
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that is
Correct,
like
correct. Correct. Same type of attack will be piggybacking as well. Do you know about piggybacking? Have you heard? No?
No.
Now, here in tailgating is that you're using someone's help, right? In tailgating, you are using someone's help. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So, because here an authorized person is following an unauthorized person is following an authorized person here in tailgating. But in piggybacking, what happens is there is the unauthorized user, right? When a authorized user has gained access, unauthorized user then enters into the site, right? For example, you must have seen this happening in different places that somebody uses their card to open a gate and some other person
Access
goes
cards, sir,
through it.
especially.
Yes. So
Access
that
card.
happens. Hmm.
Access
Piggyback,
cards, sir.
piggybacking is that type of access card. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Piggybacking is that type of social engineering attack as well. Manipulating people, manipulating things, manipulating your securities, right, into for your advantage. That is basically social engineering is. You were asking some question.
No, sir, I'm not asking sir question, sir. But unauthorized access means easily enter means because of that access card only, sir. Especially fingerprint.
Hmm. Yeah,
Fingerprint access.
depends, right? That what
Depends
type
only, sir.
of manipulation
Fingerprint
are you
access are
using?
especially, there are two types are there, sir, that unauthorized access means. One is the access card, another one is a fingerprint authorization. Depends only, sir. I'm telling, not
Yes, yes, yes.
not. I'm not telling damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sometimes very small organization only, sir, not a very big organization. Small organization only, sir. Yes, that
Yeah, that happens.
schools, colleges, and
That happens.
little bit organizations is in, sir. Little bit companies,
Mm-hmm.
call centers especially.
Correct.
That one is
Correct. This happens. Hmm.
that time I'm
And
telling.
the uh-huh. No, you're correct. I
Yes,
told
sir.
you. Hmm. If you are doing the same, for example, there is phishing, there is phishing. If you are doing voice call manipulation, if you're
Yes,
doing SMS from SMS, that is known as smishing.
yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
different names,
unknown, sir.
different things.
Unknown, sir. That SMS means.
SMS, yeah, smishing, that is for SMSs. Okay.
SMS phishing, sir.
And one more, yeah, one more is quid pro quo. Do you know what is that?
Sir, what is that, sir? Oh, quite
Quid pro quo.
proco, quite proco.
Quid? No, I'm typing that in the chat. Wait, this is. How do you pronounce it? Quid pro quo, whatever. So this is also a type of social engineering attack as well. But here what happens is that when you are luring the victim gives you what you want, but he receives a benefit as well. That is quid pro quo. Okay. For example, the victim must do something to receive the benefit, right? For example, give the access to the computers, to the hackers, to the attacker maybe, and he will receive some money. So that is an example. Okay. So let's move ahead. Okay. So do you know about social engineering toolkit? Do you know that tool? Does anybody know? I need an answer, guys. Okay. Okay. So I'll take it that you have never used that tool and still I'm going to show it, okay, to you guys. Let me stop the share and then I'll again share it. So basically, this is a toolkit that allows you to perform few attacks, right? Because social engineering, if you want to do a phishing attack, then either you have to have your own server set up, right? Or your own website set up, which can directly help you in that way. Let me share now. Okay. Is it visible to everyone? So basically, this is a test website. Sorry, basically, this is a test website, open source. Anybody can use it. Uh, Generally, people use it for different things. I use it for two things. One is showing that why HTTP is in plain text, right? And another one is right now I'm using it for social engineering. How do you clone a website? Okay. And how do you capture the details? So there is this tool, social engineering set tool. Hmm. Social engineering toolkit. You can directly get it from GitHub as well. Uh, do you know commands of Linux? Do you guys know how to work around the what is command line and everything?
A little bit.
Little bit. Okay. Still, let me say, see. Is it visible? I think it will be.
Yeah.
So what happens is in Kali or whatever in any Linux distro, you might know it. Files which are in blue are folders, and these are executable files. A py will be run by Python. Set toolkit. Right now I'm running it, and I want you to. I think there will be an error, and I want you to solve it as well. So that will tell me if you know it or not. Hmm. Can you tell me what is the what did I not write in the command that it is not running? What happens in this command line is it tells you what the error is and how you solve it as well. It tells you that. You can see that not running as root, right? This command has
Because you are in the user account.
correct. This command has to run as root. So basically just sudo. So this is how the tool looks. This is the banner of it created by this person. Open source tools best to use when you are in freshers phase. If you have enough money, you can buy paid tools as well. But what happens is with tools, the problem is that after some time it goes outdated. It becomes outdated. If you know how to do port scanning and map is being used like crazy, right? Everyone uses nmap, and nmap is still the OG tool. But still, it is so slow that there are different tools for it, right? For example, Rust scan, it gives you the same results, not as extensive as nmap gives you the results, but still, Rust scan performs better. So that is the problem with tools. Even if you're doing web penetration testing, you'll find hundreds of tools on GitHub, but in the end, how much experience are you with things is what matters. How manually, if you can perform these or not, is what matters. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do some social engineering attacks itself. Uh, Create a payload. Website attack vectors, right? Sorry. Website attack vectors. Then Metasploit, I don't think that you might be knowing. Credential harvester. Let's use site cloner. Yep. We want to clone a site. Why? Just like watering hole example, right? That we want to clone a website and drive the traffic towards that. Let's use it. He wants the IP address for post back. Do you know what does this mean? Can anybody tell me what IP address is he talking about? Anybody? Anybody?
No, sir.
Don't know? Still think no. What does this say?
IP address for the post harvesting.
It is visible, no? Or do you need to zoom it a little bit? I think this would work. What is post here?
As it is a private IP, so might be this is your internal IP.
Server IP address?
I need a 100% sure answer.
Server IP address?
Okay, then what should I do to write here? What's the IP of my server? What is the server here?
So the website server IP address.
Not my system's IP address because it is asking for post back in Harvester. Not my system. Let's see. Let's see who's after this. We'll try yours as well. Okay. Now here comes the URL to clone. This is asking for what? My system's IP. Because I will receive the credentials. No. Whatever the person is writing, I'll receive the credentials. Yes or no?
Okay, I got it.
Hmm. So let's take the, yep. Let me try. Let's see whatever comes. Let's try something here. Did receive? No. Maybe internet issue. Because generally you will see admin written here. Let's wait for a bit. Till then, we'll move forward with the topic as well. If it comes good, otherwise, this is how it happens that admin. And this is the problem with your tools. This is the problem that sometimes it happens that they won't work for 100%. Maybe some problem is there with the internet, whatever. But let's see. I'll keep it running. Whenever we get that, I'll show it to you. Till then, we'll move ahead with the next thing that we have on purpose that we have to do is malwares. Okay. So, all of us, I think we have heard about malwares. Yes or no? I think all of us have heard about malwares. Can you tell
Yeah.
me? Okay. What is malwares according to you? What are malwares according to you? Anybody?
That kind of malicious software which has capability to harm your system.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you heard about that app that used to be very famous, Blue Whale app? Have you heard about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What did it do?
I don't know, but I heard about that. I think 10 year back we heard about that Blue Whale
Mm-hmm.
app. They that kind. I think that app will be so addictive for the children.
They are
Mm-hmm.
manipulating people's
Yeah, manipulating the people's,
So
doing
this
different kind of tasks.
activities, right?
correct. I think you have used it. Hmm?
No, actually,
No.
I
We
heard
heard
over the
about
YouTube.
that.
No. So see, they were manipulating as well. So is it not a type of social engineering attack?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So there are apps like that available on internet on your Play Store and App Store as well. So how do you save that? How do you not let that happen? It might be a malware, it might be a social engineering app that people are using. Have you heard about Pegasus?
Pegasus.
Yes, Pegasus. Have
I
you
don't
guys
know.
heard? No? Nobody?
No. But I
Israel.
think I know, but maybe I'm wrong. That's
Whatever
Israel
you,
why
now bans
I'm
anything
telling
from
you.
the
nobody,
mobile.
nobody, nobody is here judging anybody. Okay? You can speak.
I think Pegasus is a kind of
Pegasus that people from
defending
Mossad
Yeah, go ahead.
stuffs.
Who was saying it? Somebody.
that blame from Israel
Correct.
that
But
Pegasus that
what was that?
protect to all the connection from the mobile of all the
Sure.
VI
Correct.
calls.
Correct. Even our Indian government used it. There were reports
Defending
of
technique, na?
Yes.
it. Yes, correct. Ishwar has sent it in the chat as well. By Israel government installed on important officials devices to extract data. There were reports of our Indian government also using as well. And it is a type of spyware where you're spying on different things that are going on in the mobile phones, right? Or anything, just not the mobile phones. Because Pegasus is here we're talking about, so that's why I'm telling that it's a mobile phone. Otherwise, it can be any system, okay? Any system which has any type of data or any person doing something on it, okay? So what is the definition of malware? So it is short for malicious software, as you guys have said it as well. And basically, it is made to enter into the systems without anybody's consent and perform whatever task that person wants it to do. It can be anything. Okay, depends on the purpose. What is the purpose? It is often utilized to benefit the third party, the people who have made it, the third party, typically by accessing, stealing, or compromising sensitive data. Now, according to you, what type of data is sensitive data? Tell me that. What type of data will you consider it will be a
which
sensitive
will
data?
negatively impact.
Example. We are always talking examples.
Examples is like some kind of legal documents that should not be open
Mhm.
everywhere.
Okay. What about financial documents?
Financial documents like your credentials, your bank account credentials,
Mhm.
username, password, your
Correct.
ATM pin,
Correct.
like that.
Correct. What about health information? Will you consider it as sensitive or not?
Yes.
Yeah, it is also,
Yes,
but
sir.
it is in a different criteria. We can put it in different criteria, but it is also sensitive information.
Yes, sir.
How is
Health information is sensitive.
For
only, sir.
example, sir,
no.
like
Wait.
I'm
Somebody else.
I'm giving an example, okay?
Okay, sure.
Like
Yeah.
let's suppose a person is from Pakistan, okay,
Mhm.
and he is not well. He has max to max 3 months. After 3 months, he will die.
Mhm.
So maybe some terrorist organization will gather the information about that patient, and
Mhm.
he knows he will die after 3 months. Then he will prepare him or her to become a what that word, suicide bomber. So in that case, they will influence them to become a suicide bomber and do our missions. So in that case, health information should also considered as a important thing.
Yeah, that situation, if that happens, is true. But don't you think that our information like Aadhaar and everything is already on dark web? So what is stopping from terrorist organizations from getting that?
Yeah, the example is only for that if they have the information about our health. Otherwise, I don't think so. It is very much important as compared to the legal assets we have.
Sir,
No,
they are stealing data from our phone and they are sell it to the health policy and policies like that.
correct.
Okay,
But
okay,
but
yeah.
That's why they are stealing data from our phone and laptops and
correct, correct, 100% correct. This
Sir,
also happens.
sir,
Your
that
situation
hospital
was
is
also correct
yes,
as
sir.
well.
Sir,
Uh-huh.
I'm telling one thing, sir. Means that in health information is sensitive only, sir. Means that patient details is then, sir, especially heart transplantation or liver cirrhosis. That is important, sir. Mostly that is so important, sir. Sometime when a hacker is there, na, sir, that pacemaker is there, na, sir. Some heart patients did not heart functioning is not, na, sir. Pacemaker with basis only.
Okay, so I'll tell you.
They will hack only, sir, that
Healthcare,
pacemaker especially.
I'll tell you.
Heart
Health.
patients, sir, especially.
Okay. Health information
Yes, sir.
is itself very sensitive data, because it is as Corey has written in the chat as well. It is a PII, personally identifiable information. It comes into privacy issues, right? For example, let's say that if a person has uh, a disease which they cannot tell to anyone in public, right? That type of information, when leaks online, it is very devastating for that person as well. So that happens, that it is a PII. All this, and it in itself there are rules and regulations how to keep health industry secure. That is known by the name of, does anybody know? HIPAA. HIPAA. Okay.
Sir,
We'll
health
talk.
information, personal assistant, sir, that is.
Correct. 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 So there are different situations where health information can be used in many ways, and lots of you guys have told good situations as well. Good. Now, types of malware, right? The spectrum, the whole thing ranges from basic adware and keyloggers. I think most of you will know what are keyloggers. When we go to different websites and different ads pops up to us, that is an adware, right? Which
Yes,
gives
sir.
you ads. And keyloggers are very sensitive that if some type of executable that has a keylogger running on it, whatever you type on your keyboard will be saved into a file, and the instance when you're connected to internet, that file will be sent to the hacker. Okay. So that type of information you can find out from your keyboard, your typings, that what do you want to write as well all the time. So that happens, that it captures sensitive information. Now it system info performance gets degraded because it is connected to different systems at a time, and data is being transferred, data is being sent into the system. That happens, leading to slowdowns, crashes, and many vulnerabilities. Then the malwares are sophisticated enough these days that if they find vulnerability, they'll move on to 1, 2, 3 like that, right? Chain of attacks happen. Variety of attacks, that malwares can take various forms, different viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, spyware, each with different methods of operation.
Ransomware, spyware, and different types of there, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Spyware.
Ransomware is type of malicious software which encrypts your system and asks you to pay money for it to decrypt your system. As in a software which locks your system and asks you to pay
Sir,
the
spyware
hackers.
means, sir, spyware means?
Spyware means malicious software which is there in your system and it sees whatever you are doing.
Yes, sir,
Can
personal,
you
especially personal, grabbing the personal information, sir.
Sorry.
can you explain about this password spray?
Password spray. That is a
Yeah,
type of attack.
yeah.
Mhm.
Can
But
you
we,
tell me
Sir, it is
about
a
little bit
sir, password
about
spray
that?
attack means sometimes it tells us a password guessing attack, sir. It is especially a password guessing attack.
okay, but do you not want me to tell you about malwares or anything? Because it is a different topic then.
Yes, sir.
No, no, I want to know about this. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, what we can do is let me.
Sir, you go through as per as you planned. You can go through like
Yeah, yeah. Let me
that.
go through the
If
slides
you
and
know,
then in the end we
if you
can try
Okay,
to
mention,
answer this.
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay. Keep that in a place. Okay, no problem. Keep that.
Keep the questions on
Mhm.
right after that. Clear those questions.
Yeah, sure.
Go on. Thank you.
Okay. Now, what are the different types of malwares? Viruses. These are very short, and it will get over quickly as well. So just be with me. Viruses, we have heard the term virus lots of times. What happens in viruses? They move around as in
They can
masquerade, they move around
replicate.
as a
They,
legitimate program. It looks like
yeah,
that it is trustable program, and you download it, and it might have names like this, important document.exe, to trick people into running it as well. Okay.
and it
Now,
does not has to execute. It will execute itself.
correct. It happens. It will execute itself. It might run in your memory. The viruses are also lots of different types. Okay. It doesn't typically, that is why I've written typically as well. But most of the time it is executable. It doesn't require your clicks sometimes. Just have to, that is how by drive-by downloads, I told you that you visit a website, something gets downloaded and it executes by itself. Why? Because it get downloaded in a place where the system directly executes it. For example, your DLLs. Do you know what are DLLs? I think most of you will know what are DLLs.
DL,
DLL,
data voice.
DLL files. So basically, whenever your system needs to run, right, it requires some, for example, if I'm talking to you, my loudspeaker is working, right? My speakers are working. For a speaker to work, and it to connect to a system, it requires DLL files, right? These DLL files, sometimes what happens is viruses replace these DLL files, okay, and go in their place. And then when you run a Zoom call, it will execute, right? That happens. Worms, executable files or scripts. Now, what are worms? Basically, worms do not require your clicks. Worms do not require you to tell it to where to stay, right? Worms move on their own in the network. If they find that, okay, they can move from network A to network B, it will infect network A and move to network. So that is how networks are, right? Sorry. Similar to viruses, they will look like normal files, but will have misleading names. They will often spread through shared networks or email attachments. So there are lots of worms. If you find examples of, you will see that. For let's take an example that there is a system in network A, right? And somebody has downloaded an email, and there is the malware is a worm. It will find that, okay, I can move from network A to network B. It will infect every system in network A and move to network B. Same from network B to network C. If it is permissions are allowed to for network A to C, then it will move to C directly, whatever, right? So worms move on their own. They spread on their own. It doesn't require human interaction. Okay. Trojan horses. So what Trojan horses are, let's say that I have downloaded a zoom.exe from a website.
Sorry,
And
It's
I
create a
heard
backdoor.
that Trojan. Sorry, sir. I had heard that the Trojan horse. It is a type of a Greek word.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you were saying something. Backdoors.
Yeah, it creates
That backdoor only,
backdoor
sir.
to the attacker server. So once the attacker will enter in your organization, it will steal the information and collect that information through the backdoor into their environment.
Correct. Correct. 100%. So
You must
what
have watched
happens with
Troy
these type of
movie.
malwares is that the end goal is what? End goal is to gather the data and send it to attacker's machine. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is the end goal. So whatever way possible, right? You can create a backdoor, and from whatever different strategies that you want to take, you can get your data exfiltrated as well. Hmm. Now, Trojan horses. So let's say that you want to download, all of us have downloaded games from internet at one point of time. Hmm? And your songs as well. When you are downloading a game, with it, if a malware also gets downloaded, that is an example of Trojan horse, that it will appear like you're downloading something trusted, something game or a song or whatever, and it gets downloaded to your system. And then when you click on that to just play that or whatever, it will execute without you even knowing that you are clicking on that malware. Hmm. This used to happen. If you know songspkworld.com, there are different websites before, and which used to have these things. There are still websites working which have hosted legitimate games, not legitimate games, Trojans as games. People download it thinking that it's a game. When they download it, the game doesn't run, but this runs. They'll think that, okay, something has cracked or something has happened, and the whole system then gets infected. Ransomware. It can be executable files. It can be any script that runs. It can be any document, right? It has a ransom. What it does is it encrypts your system. It locks your system with certain codings, right? Certain code, you can't decrypt it without the key with it. And for that key, you have to pay, right? Demanding payment. This infected file will have extensions changed to .logged. There are different worldwide attacks that have happened for due to this ransomware. Okay, due to ransomwares. If you know, an attack happened in 2017 and for on Windows. If you know the name, then you can tell. If you don't know, then we'll move ahead, search it. This might be homework for you. An attack happened on 2017 in 2017 on Windows, and the whole world was affected due to that ransomware. And to mitigate it, there was the password of that encryption was inside the file only. So spyware. Told you about Pegasus, that it runs in background, making it hard for anybody to see and to notice. And it gathers all the information that it can gather and spies on different things.
Sometimes that it will observe sometimes it will not, it will observe the any third eye, it will be observed and gather personal information or that personal or data information. So
Correct. Correct. Adware. Now, whenever you go to different websites and ads pop up, right? In any type of form, it might be any icon that comes, right? And what happens with these adwares is sometimes you will find that an APK is being downloaded. Have you seen that or not? When you go to websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will redirect to the attacker's website.
Correct,
also.
correct. So these are different type of attacks. Some APK gets downloaded to you. If you see, okay, I'll download it. These days notification comes, but if somebody has not switched off that notification, that okay, if something is downloading on my phone, let it download, right? What will happen? He will get hacked. He or she will get hacked. System will get hacked, right? Example of adware. Rootkits. Somebody was using this word rootkits. Who was it?
I am.
Okay. So rootkits can be executables or kernel modules designed to be stealthy. They often hide their presence. You might see unusual system behavior or processes that don't match up with what you see in task manager. So basically what rootkits are, it directly gives you root permissions, right? You don't need to go through basic user permissions, then move to the root user. It directly gives you root permissions. Okay, that is rootkit. Some executables do give you that as well, do give you that access as well. So those are rootkits. Keyloggers. So we have talked about keyloggers as well, that there are these executables run in the background. They capture whatever you are typing, right? And send those type of details to the attacker's machine as well. Rootkits. Sorry, keyloggers. Then botnets. Uh, what do you understand from botnets?
Botnets are actually, this is the short form. What is the full form of botnet? I don't know, but basically it's a kind of different kinds of hacked machine which will use by the attacker to perform the attack, like DDoS attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example and you will understand what is botnet. Let's say that all of us get notification that what is the weather today. Yes or no? All of us get that notification. Yes or no?
Yes.
Or is it that only me who's getting that notification? No, right? I think all of us get it. That today's
Yeah.
day, the weather would be sunny, cloudy, whatever. How do we get these notifications? How do we get these notifications?
Script run from the origin.
Yeah, okay. Script is running, some API is being called, I know. But there will be sensors, no?
Yeah.
There will be sensors at some place handling that type of information. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, combined networks of bots. So what happens is that there are sensors who go outdated, who are not updated regularly, and they remain outdated. Now, these sensors, attackers get hold of these sensors and create a network out of these. Okay. It might not be just sensors. It can be your mobile phones. It can be your cameras. It can be your routers, whatever, right? Whatever which can they get access to and form a network out of it. That is botnet. Now, what they use botnet for is they'll send traffic to a server. Lots of traffic from the whole botnet, the whole hundreds of machines that they have, and they will send billions of traffic to the servers. And what will this do to the server?
Server get hanged and nobody can
Yes.
use
Will
that
get
server.
slowed down.
Correct. Correct. There is a thing known as rate limiting in a server. When you exceed that rate limit, the server crashes. The same thing that happens when your college's exam results are out. The server crashes, you are not able to see it. Why? Because this traffic, it will increase the traffic and the server gets crashed. Now, when you're a hacker, you look for these opportunities. You make a botnet, you hack, not hack, but crash a server. When the defensive team is, the whole defensive team is putting all their energy into restarting the server, right? In that process, they send a malware inside, right? Because the team is not looking on those type of things. Their main primary goal is to make the server run again, right? So this is how you make a sub chain of attack and send an attack on different places, right? Not you do it, but from defensive purpose, you have to stop it, of course. But people like it when I tell it from a destroying point of view. So this is how peer attackers attack the server. At one time, send a malware with it. So that is why whenever DDoS happens, you have to be sure that there might be a case that somebody is sending a malware inside the server as well. So you have to keep your resources for that purpose available, or notifications on for that purposes as well in your security tools. Now, that's it. Now comes the question part. If you have any questions, shoot it. Waiting for them.
Can I ask now?
Yeah.
Yeah, password spray?
So where have you heard password spray?
In my organization, I got
Okay.
alert.
Mhm.
That's
So
why.
what is spray? What is spray? What is
Like
spray?
in a general word,
Hmm.
we can say uh, multiple things, like
So
like kind of shower.
mhm. What is password spray is that a small number of password, okay, a
Okay.
very small list of password is sent to gain access to multiple accounts. That is password spray. Okay,
Repeat it.
let's say
Repeat it, sir.
a small number of passwords, small list of password is
Okay.
sent and attacked at those resources where they can be used to gain access to multiple accounts. Let's say there are lots of accounts for sure in cybersecurity or in the world which are at right now using admin123 as password. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no? So there is an organization which has 10 systems like this. So what the attacker does, he sends the same password list which has at admin123 to all these 10 systems, right? So that is password spray. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
It is effective because people often use weak passwords and you don't have to people reuse it all the time in their different accounts. Right now as well, if you're using one single password for one Gmail account, we'll use the same password for another Gmail account as well. Am I right or not?
Yeah, sometimes bank also, sir.
Yeah, bank also, your GPAs as well, your ATM pin as well. People have same ATM pins for two different bank accounts. So this is where password spray is useful. Okay.
And expose, so sometimes that when we using the same password means it can be easily exposed, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Why means they are when different passwords it will not expose. While using the same password means it can be easily exposed the bugs also. So it also
Yeah.
sometimes that attackers will using this same types of password means they will easily catch up this information, sir. Personal information on bank accounts,
Hmm.
especially QR code, sir.
Correct. Correct. Now, anybody else? Anything, you can ask anything.
Yes, sir. I have a one for you.
Sure.
So we have discussed a lot of malware, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had get a malware attack, so how we can identify what kind of precautions we need to take? So
Okay.
for avoiding this
Till now, I
malwares.
think till now, whatever I have told you, whatever we have discussed, what do you think can be the ways? What do you think?
Awareness.
Sir, one is a security precaution, sir. One is while
Hmm.
avoiding this means when we have to first we have to check the system, sir. System, sir. Sir, first we have to check the system, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Anything also, bank and company servers also, sir. system management, we have to take the responsibility, sir.
First
Okay.
of all,
Avoid this
we have
precaution.
to
First we have
fully
to detect
updated.
this precaution only, sir. I'm telling you.
Listen, Dilip. First of all, we have to fully updated our firewall security devices, and
Okay.
we have to create a very hardcore policy to protect our environment. And
Mhm.
third thing is we have to spread awareness about that. Any kind of phishing mail, if you got, don't open it. That's it.
If there
I'm
is a
telling you,
malware,
okay, you are told correct only, but I'm telling something I told wrong.
okay, guys, listen. At least let me tell, no? At least let me tell. Okay. So the question is not how to question is how to know that malware attack has happened. Yes or no? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So when a malware attack happens, first of all, it will be attacking some important resources in your organization. Then
sir.
only that attack is successful. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you have to keep your
Unknown, sir, unknown
IDS in
organization,
place.
sir, I'm telling you.
You have to keep your IDS in place, right? You have to keep your policies in place, which will give you notifications.
Yes.
Okay. Second thing, until and unless that data is going outside from your organization, the attack, it might be a malware that has come into your organization. There has to be a purpose of that attack. Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
There has to be something to gain for the attacker out of
Reason,
this.
sir. Reason of this attack, sir.
Correct. There has to be something to gain. So what happens is they exfiltrate the data. In malwares, they exfiltrate the data from the system, that is the victim
Exfiltrate
system.
means grabbing, na, sir.
As exfiltrate means taking the data out from one place and sending it to another place outside of the network, external to the network. Okay, not internally. Okay. So when that happens, you have to keep check that what type of data is going out from your system, your organization. You have to check that as well. Now, now what happens that it will be slow. Your server then becomes slow. Performance indicators you have to keep in check that they are performing correctly or not. You have your KPIs, key performance indicators. You have to see that as well, right? So that happens. The traffic sometimes increases. There are ads as well on your website that comes due to that. When data is getting exfiltrated, you have to keep that in check. You have to keep tools in place that, okay, some type of data which is not required. You have to see what type of data is going out as well. Is it just a query that some user has asked, or it is a database that is going out? You have to check that as well, right? So you have to have tools in place. That is why CM is very important these days. Now, is it, does the answer satisfy your question?
So can we see that any practical exposure? So how the mail is attacked, or what are
Yeah,
the
sure.
phishing
In
mails?
upcoming classes, of course, because there are different tools. For example, Go Fish, right? You can have a whole campaign around it. There are different tools as well. Right now, the time is not enough for me because I have to answer your questions as well. So
Okay, sir.
in further classes, of course, there is no problem for that. Of course, we
How
will
many
be.
classes?
I'm not sure about that. Maybe you can ask your course handler. I'm not sure
Okay.
about that. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
So one more query, sir.
Sure.
So we are using in the daily life various apps like
Sorry, I
money
didn't get you.
in our
What are you,
daily basis.
what,
We are
what
using
are
a
you using?
different kinds of apps, sir. Apps.
Different kinds of?
Apps.
Okay, sure.
So in there we are having a lot of information, whatever the contact details are there, and they will ask a permission to us to gain access. Whether it will be treated as any malware, or is it the app owners will get a getting data to
Okay.
sell the in black web, dark web.
That depends on how aware you are. Okay. Let's say that you have downloaded an app for enhancing the features of a picture. Okay. Are you guys here till with me? You understand the situation that you have downloaded an app to enhance the features, the filters, whatever. Okay. Now, see the permissions that the app is asking. This is the app for giving you the best filters that you want. Why is it asking for you to give the access for contacts, right?
Sir, why means while entering the app, sir.
Entering in the app.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm answering. That's what.
While installing the apps means they will ask, but they will ask our personal information also, sir. Emails,
Yeah.
usernames,
Hmm.
etc.
So these emails, why are you giving your emails which are you using
In
for
a
the
Gmail account, sir.
why are you using those emails? You have to be that much knowledgeable to give a fake email. See whether it is checking that email or not. Is it verifying that mail or not?
Especially one-time password, sir.
Of course, one-time password, there are online tools for that, which
Yes.
will get you one-time passwords,
Yes,
which
sir.
are whose inboxes are open,
Yes, sir.
right? There are online tools available. There are online tools available which will give you fake phone numbers as well. Okay. So you take use of those things, right? Not the permission. If you're not asking about permissions well enough that you know that app which is used for giving you filters should not require contacts access, should not require my microphones access, right? That is of course a malicious app. Okay. But if you're asking about genuine information that any apps ask for Gmails, right? If you don't need the Gmail, if it is not that much important that your for
That
example,
app is not important, sir. That is, if
yes, of course. If the app is not important, then do not ever give your
do not install,
personal
sir.
information.
We have to select the option uninstall only, sir.
Correct. The lots of people were using PDF scanners, right? That came out to be a spy app,
Yes, sir.
and people have PDFs online, and now different things. People have their genuine informations, your PAN cards, your whole checkbooks. People have it there.
Sir, that
People have people have these things saved in their notepads in the phone, their pins, right? So you should be aware of these things that you should not do this. Okay.
Okay,
Any.
sir.
Mhm.
One more example to understand my questions,
Sure,
and
sure,
I need to get a answer, sir, from you.
sure.
Recently I have seen the one app, sir, Cred app, Cred, CRED. In the Cred app, there is asking a contact details, all the information about the user while
Mm.
paying the credit card amount.
Mm.
So I hear that news is that if whatever the contact details are there and
Mm.
what kind of credit cards I am using, that
Mhm.
kind of data has been
Mhm.
keeping it
Ye-
in a dark web.
Correct.
So it will be treated as a any malicious activity is going on in that particular app. And one more
If
app,
you're,
sir, the Truecaller app.
uh-huh.
Actually, it was already everyone knows that information.
Mhm.
So there it will be the whatever the contact details, whatever the Truecaller we are receiving from the
Mhm.
outers, there
Mhm.
will be showing the user ID. User ID
Correct.
means username,
Correct.
all
Correct.
these.
Correct.
So how we can, if you are as a cyber security analyst,
Mhm.
so how we can identify whether we need to, what kind of rules we need to follow to install the apps.
What kind of rules you need to follow, right?
And one more thing, sir.
So I'll answer your second question because I didn't hear the first question correctly. You're asking me about Truecaller. Okay.
Truecaller
So
and Cred app, sir.
Cred app,
Hmm?
that credit card information is available on dark web, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sure. See, first of all, if your information is available on dark web on an app and you're still using that app, are you don't you think that it is not correct, right? That app has been hacked once. Why are you trusting it again? Okay. Second thing, that your information, that leave that your information is available online. If it is your financial information that you're giving on Amazon, that you're giving on Flipkart, these organizations have to follow certain rules and regulations to keep your financial information secured. One time your information has gone to dark web, there is one thing known as trust in this field. Only when you trust an organization, you will give your data to them. After people got to know that Facebook is selling their data, right now the Facebook has turned into a whole local marketplace. We all know that. People do not use Facebook. It's people are using it more for the buying and selling things. Okay. Still, your data, when you know that your data is being has been hacked, it has gone to dark web, why do you need to use it still? Do not use it. It has gone to dark web, that app, whether it is malicious or not, it is not trustable. Okay, do not use it. When you're giving your financial information anywhere, make sure that it is trusted. Okay, make sure that it is known. If your information leaks, okay, in EU there are rules and regulations placed that people, the organizations have to pay the people for this. Right? In India, it is up and coming, these types of rules for paying. Okay, the cookie settings that comes up in your web browser whenever you're visiting websites which are from different countries, this is because there is rule in place that if a website is using your cookie for its own purposes, it should make it known to you whether they can use it or not. There is an option to deny, no? Why? Because there is compliances in place. Okay. The next question about Truecaller, that Truecaller shows you. Do you want to know that do you need to use it, or what was your question about Truecaller? That your data, it shows you your data, right? For Truecaller as well. Now Truecaller, how is it not selling your information, but what Truecaller does in general is, let's say that you have Truecaller installed on your phone. So Truecaller has access to all the contacts, right? Now, Truecaller has access to all the contacts. Truecaller has access to the names of all the people in your phone, the names of those people as well who don't have Truecaller installed in their phone, who have not given Truecaller the permission to do this. Those names are also there in the Truecaller. That is why Truecaller became not trusted in terms of this. People are still using it because they want to know who is calling them. That what is this unknown number. For this, the bypass to this is that in Telegram, there are bots which help you do this, right? Without saving this type of information. Okay. Does
Okay,
this?
sir.
Anything
Please
else?
continue, sir.
That's it from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask any other question.
Okay, sir. Thank you. These are my questions. Okay.
My recording is gone to cloud. I don't have it, right? It is being recorded in cloud. Let me stop the recording now.